Oh yeah. How did you get into stunt acting? How did that happen?
You know, when
Like I would never see you being the big fitness model, the sex symbol you are as a stunt actor, right?
you should see some of the stunt women, gorgeous, gorgeous. Um, I when I did the movie Nemesis, the
Hmm.
trilogy Nemesis, when we're Albert Pune, who just passed away sadly, he did all the sci-fi's that went straight to videos and had a lot of big stars in his movies, and at that year he did the Nemesis, and myself and Sue Price was the lead. Debbie Mogley and I were cyborgs, and we had Ursula Andress and Melissa Coates, and a lot of girls was they were featured in those trilogies. Anyway, then I saw our stunt doubles, and it was too funny. I think I have to post that picture again because our stunt, me and Debbie, right? And I was big, but Debbie was bigger, and we were just straight up. I could think about 2 weeks from competing at the Arnold's Miss International, so we had to stay in shape, part of the contract. Not a problem when you're that, and you know how to keep it going.
Hmm.
But our stunt doubles were these slender stunt chicks, and they were like, mine was like this tall up to me,
Oh
right?
wow, right.
No way. When you watch the movie, you can tell. That's how fabulous they are, just how fast their moves, right?
Sure.
Anyway, I'm watching this. I'm like, you know me.
Hmm.
That's my next gig. I want to do that. How do I do that? I want to do that. And I remember the stunt coordinator who became a good friend later on because he's a very good friend of my late Nams who
Hmm.
passed away in 2013. He was a
Sorry.
stunt
Yeah.
coordinator. So when I retired from competing and started to trim down and started doing more hosting again for pets, just kind of following that path
Sure.
again. And Scotty, my late man, he's like, we should, come on down. Because when you're in the click, it's easy, like, hey, I'm available. Hey, we can
Sure.
use
Right.
you. You're perfect for this and that. It's like, and that's how he just kind of gone into it that way. And I just said, it's a lot of fun, but man, to call myself a stunt woman, no, I'm a stunt actor. But some of those women, when they can
Is
do
it
it,
stunt woman or stunt actor? I say stunt actor, but
well, there's two. Like there's it's stunt actors,
okay.
but then there's certain stunt people that they don't like to do lines or anything. Like it's
Oh, okay.
strictly
Right.
stunts, right? But they're on film anyway,
Hmm.
and they're just amazing. Just the stuff they can do is just incredible. Oh my
Hmm.
God. They start thinking, hey, maybe I should have gotten to that instead. It's like, and I'm like, man, I want to do what you do. How'd you get, isn't that funny? It's all interconnected because they all follow the magazines, right?
Sure.
With the Marine Corps, we used to go down to Camp Pendleton
Oh wow.
and do seminars for the Marines.
Did you ever do that training that they do at Camp Pendleton? That's insane.
I didn't go. No, I didn't do the boot camp.
Yeah, yeah.
They fly. I was always with Mike Matarazzo and
Okay.
or Paul DeMeo because they
Oh
sent it
wow.
back,
Yeah.
right? And they're both great. I'm like,
Mike
man,
was a
I miss
crazy
him.
guy. Yeah.
Right? You got to
Yeah.
meet him. I loved
Yeah.
him.
He
He
was
was
great.
so much fun to
Hmm.
work with. But no, we would go and do seminars and just give bodybuilding tips on no weights, no problem. Here's what you do because when they're out, um, on leave, a lot of times they're not around a gym, right? So
Hmm.
that was always an honor to do.
How did you get into the? My gosh, Fox. How did that happen?
Well, that happened through when okay, again, the producer that hired me to host the
Hmm.
James Cagney auctions on all the
Oh
auctions because
wow.
I was an auctioneer, and then I got to co-host with
Wait a
John
minute. You
Burke.
was an auctioneer. Or you just hosting of the
No, no, no,
auction?
no, no. His wife,
I
the
was gonna
producer.
say you do auctioneering too. What? Got that voice? Holy smokes.
Not fast, but not that way. No, the producer's wife was an auctioneer, and so
Okay.
that's why he got when she'd be online and aired special auctions that were aired, the Hollywood
Hmm.
auctions. So he hired me to host with John Burke for the TV while his wife was auctioning.
Hmm.
And so as we were going through that, and then I started getting more involved with production with
Hmm.
it. So if you needed help, like, hey, I can help you with that. Well, how'd you know? I don't, because I worked in front of the camera a lot. And he goes, I'm opening up this division at 20th Century. You should come with me. I'll teach you how to produce. Okay, I want to do
Wow.
that.
Yeah.
Okay, like another opportunity. I'm not going to pass that down, right?
Sure. Of course.
And it opened more doors, right?
Right.
that was a lot of fun. A lot of work, long hours, but yeah, he just brought me in, so I assisted him for a bit, and then I became senior vice president of the division.
Wow.
And you really got to nail it. Well, you know, just gotta work hard. And again, go for it. If you want to do something, go for it.
Right.
Work for it.
Is there anything you haven't done that you really want to do now?
Star in my own movie.
Oh yeah, that would be. Have you ever turned down any big roles for movies and stuff, or anything that?
Never had that chance.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times I was too big for roles.
Right.
You know, or muscular. Now the Marvel stuff is out. I'm thinking, oh man, I'd love to get into one of those. And in the day when they're, you know, casting for whatever TV show or movie was out at the time, right? We're talking again in the 90s. And again, it was just bodybuilding. It was just, fitness was just coming in like the mid 90s, like starting to gain its momentum and a place at the Olympia stage. But at the time, it was just bodybuilding. It's all bodybuilding anyway. I mean, let's face it.
Sure, right, of course.
Whatever you want, it's all bodybuilding. And so the crew show up. All of our agents sent out, you know, we need fit girl, like muscle girls or athletic girls. So we'd all show up and see Corey there and her sister Cameo and like a bunch of us, right? Amy Fodley's in there. Like, oh, it's too muscular. And they fit, you know.
Right.
Really? That? But you asked for, you know, it was always too big, too big, too big. And unless you're on like a major film, like Corey was very, but you know, I mean, Corey was a different animal. Just,
sure.
She still has this gorgeous long lines. And
well, both of you are different animals. I mean, look at you. You have gorgeous long lines and just, you know.
Thank
of course, I'm not just saying that. I mean, it's true, obviously, but.
Oh, thank you. And that's very nice. But, you know, it's interesting. You just said, you know, different animals, right? I mean, that's what I love about bodybuilding. And especially at the time when it's just, you know, just the lineup of women and the lineup of men, right? It was more, it's just more, it had more of an impact, I think, because there was just there wasn't that many competitors, like maybe 10 or 12 in each, you know, the men's and the women's.
Sure.
The top in the world, right? So it was an honor to be on that stage with them. But if you look at the category, I mean, you had Linda Murray, that serious, gorgeous X Factor.
Oh, yeah.
Gabby, right? You see her on stage, like, oh my God, look at that. It's amazing, right? And then you had Laura Cordell, like that muscular, you know, sporty physique. But everybody looked different. Mm-hmm. We all had different, you know, Corey Everson, you had Debbie Muckling. You know, everybody looked different. And so each held their own look. And what I find is with some of the shows, like when I was watching, and when I do watch, like maybe the physique and the figure are very close as far as like conditioning and everything else. And they all get to wear the sparkly, beautiful suits and stuff we weren't allowed to do.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And they're almost start to look the same. So you really got to watch them pin out. So when you look at the winner, it's like you really got to stand out because they're almost like, to me, and I know what to look for when, not that I'm judging the shows, but you know what to look for when you're in it long enough and you're involved in the industry. Mm-hmm. Like, wow, they're really, really similar. Like, it's tough to choose a winner, but when that one person walks out, it's like, well, there you go.
There's your winner, yeah.
You get everything that needed to be, you know, there. Mm-hmm. But back in the day, it's like, that's a Linda Murray, that's a Laura, that's a Corey, that's, you know, you just go on and on. Mm-hmm. And it was because it's bodybuilding. We're all different anyway.
Yes. Everybody has something different to bring to the table. And as you said in one of your previous interviews, which I agree with you, everyone on that stage has a story. Everyone. You never know what they've been through, how hard they've worked, and all that good stuff.
And everybody worked hard.
Yes.
It was so much fun. Like, you know, you don't see each other all year. You know, you might see, there was a few of us that trained at Gold's Gym, but others, you know, from around the country, right? You get to see them at the shows and that. We're all so exhausted, you're so focused in on your show and everything else, you know, starting, you know. But it's like to see everyone backstage. It's like, I used to smile because like, we're all busting ass to get there.
What was dieting like for you when you got ready for these shows? Was it easy? I mean, was it like, you know, people today, if you notice, they have so many condiments, so much cheat meals, all this stuff. What was it like back then when you were dieting? I'm curious.
I think a diet is a diet. I can't see it being any different as far as a mindset. It's all here.
but yeah, it is all there. But you know what I mean? Like people now, they try to find like there's one person, they count the macros, so they include like cereal and
Oh, that's too much work for me. I'm just,
yeah,
yeah, it's a lot. No, I'm old school and still now when people ask me, for help with their diet or, for competition, I'm old school. It's just eat clean,
eat clean, exactly.
Grow your fish and green beans, and that it worked for me, right?
Sure.
And it was usually harder around the first couple of weeks just to get into that momentum,
Mm-hmm.
But then once you start to see it come, it's like, all right, here it comes, and you say, oh, there, I see my abs dialing in, and then you just stay on it. And I always, I just had to. It's like you're either going to do it or you don't, because I did not want to show up on stage half-assed because I couldn't diet, or your competition is going to be sharp. I mean, I've never seen Linda out of shape. Like she always seemed to dial it in.
Sure.
Laura Cravell always dialed it in.
Oh my God, Laura was always top. Jeez.
She was tight, man.
Jeez,
So
yes,
you know what you're expecting.
Yeah.
Right? So no, it's like when it's go time, it's go time. It's like, all right, you've got so many weeks out, and I always used to implode though. I'm fine. Then about the week or 10 days before, because I used to cart the plate and load. And Charles Glass got me out of that. That's how I was taught to prepare. But I could never dial in. And usually about a week after, it's like, there it is. The North Americans, like I said, I dialed in because I wasn't all,
Sure.
Great. I wish I kept that attitude for all my shows, because I'd implode. I'd show up flat, watery, I'd burn off a lot of muscle, and Charles kept me together. And then it was like, I think it was 2 shows I did with Charles, and by then it was burnt out. Because it wasn't, maybe, like when you win a pro show, I don't know. I can't explain. It's like I maybe it wasn't my turn, because I competed 92 to 95 on the Olympia stage. It's like I just couldn't dial it in. So that maybe it's time for me to move on, right?
Sure.
I was at my foot and fitness store, but I was no Linda Murray or Corey Anderson, where they could dial it in at each time, or Laura Cabell.
Sure.
That is a gift. That is like a true athlete, to just keep, because it's all mindset as well. And I know, like I spoke to a few of the girls about it, it's like, no, we're still nervous too. Like we're still kind of mad too. But you just learn how to zone in, right? And I never trust that. And when there's too many voices around you, like when I should have stayed in Canada when I was competing, because you didn't have so many.
Oh, right, yeah.
Like, oh no, you got to do this, no, you don't do that. You show up like that. Well, put it this way: when I went to, I think I already competed at the '92 Miss Internationals, and so everyone's saying, and at that time too, right? I came in on the year, it was like, okay, the girls are getting too big, we got to tone them down, and we're going to test for this, we're going to look for that, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, and thinking that. So everyone's like, well, you're kind of good, right? Just don't show up as big as the North Americans. Because that was as big as I had been, right? I'm like, oh, what? Okay. And and then I went to this. Oh, man, I'm getting it all wrong.
Right.
I'm just from Canada. And I was at, I think it was one of the Fit Expos, and it was in San Diego. And I was there for Gators Gym, who was my first sponsor out of Canada, right? So I'm standing with the Gators Gym crew, and a lot of people like Danny Padilla and everything. Jeff Everson came up to my table, and he goes, "Where have you been?" I'm like, "Canada." He goes, "You're the next Miss Olympia. If you do this, you better."
Oh wow, yeah.
This thing, you better squeak. Don't do this. I'm like, about I'm very wow.
Right.
It's Jeff Everson,
Right. It's kind of a big deal. Yeah.
He's telling me all this stuff. I'm like, oh, I'm doing everything you want. I could have.
That's funny.
Worst thing that could have happened, because everyone's like, what a compliment. Oh my God. I'm thinking, oh my God. I'm like, ha. And worst thing, because then I started second guessing everything I did, right?
Right, of course.
And I say this to any athlete when you get ready for any show, you got to stay focused. And what I did worked. It wasn't broken. If I had stayed on that track, I would have, at least have more peace of mind and kept trusting myself, right?
If you can go back in time and give your younger self a piece of advice, what would it be?
Again, like I was just saying, just you got to trust yourself. It's good you got to put the work in and you got to put the study in. But you got to trust, like, listen to your gut, right? In it, because your gut is the truth. If you get out of your head,
Right.
and if you're not sure, ask somebody. But you got, and this is and now, but going there, I said earlier, it's incredible to have the internet, so much information out there, but there's a lot of false information too. So ask somebody, but you got to find that they're trusted and that they worked. They created a trusted platform that you go to, like help people working with athletes, how keep me from imploding, or just gotta like trust the process and not second guess everything.
That's the key right there, is trusting the process. As you know, in our current times, a lot of these athletes, they listen to so many people.
Yeah,
they don't listen. They listen to everybody else, and then they wonder why they didn't place the way they do, or didn't. Things didn't come into their play like they wanted. Let me ask you this: being a successful model that you have been, an icon in the sport, what advice would you give to these girls and guys who want to become popular and get more exposure out there with now social media and stuff? What advice would you give to them?
Well, there's social media out there, and there's a lot of competition. And I always try to find that you gotta find your niche. You gotta find, you gotta be different. And what I mean is, you gotta find not so much a gimmick, but something about yourself that's different, that you could present, that's not already out there. So do your homework. I look at, I'm bringing out the YouTube channel, and I said that a couple times, and then I had to reach a bunch of stuff. But you got to look at what's out there, do your homework, and find what do you have to offer. We all have something to offer because everyone's got a story, right?
Yes. Well, I have something to offer you, by the way. Somebody you were talking about earlier, who's right here next to me, and I'm sure they want to say hello to you. I'm going to get out of the way for a second.
What's happening, Sharon? Yeah. Nico told me you were on, and I said, I actually snuck in Jake's office because he has, here it is. I was looking for this magazine.
Favorite cover.
Our favorite cover.
Yeah, well, because, I was telling Isabelle earlier, it's because I'm so honored to work with you and Corey.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And, and I said, Jerry called me, Congela.
Yes.
You're going to be shooting with Robert Reed, with Linda and Corey. No.
Yes. Oh, God. Great days, right? So much fun. We had the best fun in those hills. I remember we had on platforms. I think platforms were just like becoming popular. I don't know if did you have on the yellow heels, or I had on the yellow, you had on white.
Well, you can't see it in that. No, I brought my own shoes, and I just saw Corey this past summer at her house, and we're talking about this shoe as well. You guys put on those platforms because the stylist brought them, but I always bring my own shoes.
Right.
For some reason, the stylist always brought these platform, I'm going to say it, stripper shoes.
Yes.
And I like to move when we pose. Right?
And we were standing on that mirror like a glass. That glass.
And then, I'm sorry, Corey, but we talked about it. Corey fell off her shoes.
I remember. We were trying to look cute and pose, and yeah, but that was fun because we had to like squeeze in close and kind of get our balance.
I love the sequences of that shoot because, kind of like, okay, wow, they're working girls. And you know what? That's what I love about working with pros, because you and Corey and I would just dial in, and we made that work. I think, Jerry, years after Joe said that was the best selling.
Mm-hmm.
and the inlet, right? Because we had so much fun. And for those of you out there, I don't mean to laugh that Corey fell. She was okay.
I know, but it was funny. I mean, I guess that's why I remembered the hills, right? The platforms. And Isabelle, she is the master of platform hills.
Whereas I should go around in those. But Corey always blames me. She goes, we had to wear your shoes. So, like, they weren't my shoes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was fun. That was so much fun. Yeah, great memories, man. It felt like it, thought it was going to last forever. And here we are now. Can you believe how much time has passed?
Oh, that was like, what, 30 years ago?
I know. It's crazy. I know, right? You look great, Sharon.
So, well, thank you, but I mean, you told me.
Yeah, I've been doing. I see. That's the thing. I just heard you guys talking about social media, so I see you in your post, and at least you're getting in a bikini. Girl, I am not showing skin.
Man, I mean, I see you and you're posting that, and I watch a few of your shows. It's like, why is she? Because you mentioned something like, I can't, like, at least you can still show your midriff or something like that. I'm like, I'm sure you can throw on a bikini and rock it right now.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah. No, yeah. I saw some cream and it was talking about like rubbing it on. You're like some fat burner or something. I considered it. I looked at it. I'm like, Yeah. Yeah, it was great seeing you. Look at those covers. Man, just awesome. I'm sure we have all the numbers here. But love you, Sharon.
I miss you so much. And those were great times.
Okay.
Isabelle, like more, it's like, it was always such a treat. Even when we got to travel. And it's like but it was such a small group.
Yes.
It was like, yeah, the family, we're all together again,
Yeah, we had it made, didn't it? It was just, yeah. And now the numbers, the women, it's quadrupled.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you look great, and I'm looking forward to having you on Filmflex Friday.
All
right, love you, Sharon.
I'm back. Isn't she something else?
I love her. It's just she really, and for those watching, she truly is that pure. I mean, she's just an amazing soul.
Mm-hmm.
Always felt comfortable around Linda.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're, people like yourself and Linda, we're very blessed to have who are such a positive impact on our sport. And I can't think. Again, none of this is possible without Jake Wood, because we wouldn't still have the bodybuilding that we have now. And we've grown so much over the last few years. It's incredible. Amazing. And we're still growing.
And you're still growing. And I love that because, again, it all started with bodybuilding. Mm-hmm. And, thank you, Jake, for doing that for the girls because, it's just, it was like, it means so much to myself and I know to you and Linda as well. But we didn't realize, the impact we'd have. Like I used to look at, I was saying earlier, wow, Rachel and Corey, and you finally get to meet them, or Joanna, finally get to meet them, finally get to meet Linda, because the impact they had on me. And I, as an athlete and as a person, never expected to have that impact on others. You know what I mean? Because I'm always like respectful and looking up to the ones prior to me. So I never expected that I would have that effect on others.
Sure. Of course.
So it's just like honored and I'm grateful and what a blessing that I too was able to make a difference.
Yes. And you still are to this day, are making a difference to us.
Thank you.
Well,
you're old. 58 and going.
58. Well, that's, age is just a number, right?
Age is just a number.
And baby. You don't look anywhere near 58 at all.
You got to clean your.
Do you have any projects coming up that you're working on? I know you're busy all the time.
I promise. I know. I keep saying everything. Sure you are. But bringing in my YouTube channel, and I'm going to join Muscle and Fitness Plus.
Oh, great! Excellent.
That's what we're going to connect the two. So I've been shooting away, and so hopefully I was hoping by the end of this month, but I just lost a dear friend. So
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Huge loss. And so hopefully by the end of March, I'll have it up and going so we can get moving forward. But more so about anti-aging, training over 40, and just helping.
Speaking of anti-aging, one of your good friends is a friend of mine, Mr. Dr. Bob Goldman, who's a big fan of yours.
Bobby Goldman, he is. What can you not say about the guy?
Right? This guy's done everything in a book.
Blows me away. He is that guy. He's everything. He's been awarded. He's amazing. Like he's the
I've never met somebody with so many trophies in my life.
Have you seen it? Yeah.
Yes.
Just thing. And when I tell people that, I'm like, yeah, okay. Seriously, it's a
Right.
And he's a super nice guy, just a sweetheart and giving, and just always help. Like he world changer, game changer. That's what he is. Renaissance man. This guy, he's that guy. I love him.
I love him too. He's a very nice guy. What he does from the sport and everything, and we really love you.
Well, I appreciate that.
And I'm really excited about this thing that you're doing for Muscle and Fitness Plus. The anti-aging, that's a huge thing. Huge.
It is, when you're 20 or 30, you never think you're going to age too soon. For me, I'm 50. I'm going to be 59 in a month, but it's like
February 1st, right?
First, so my last week of 58 here. But I can't believe I'm saying I'm 58 because where'd the time go? Right? And the thing that works for everybody out there, don't stop working out. Don't stop eating healthy. Keep it up because it does make a difference as we get older, not just for keeping, everything, your skin, your hair and everything else, but it's just important to keep moving and to keep eating properly.
Can you give us a little sample of what you're going to be doing on Muscle Fitness Plus with the videos? Is it going to be workouts? You're going to be speaking about certain things?
Be a mix of nutrition and workouts.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
So, and again, it's from basics to intermediates to advanced.
Very cool.
And a lot of lifestyle. And then eventually start getting the guests on. And sharing, and again, we all have something to offer. So I'm always, what do you do? Like, how do you, I still have abs. And the thing is, I'm long.
Did you just say you still have abs? Of course you have abs. Look at your body. It's beautiful.
But I'm long-waisted, right?
Right.
So just make, thank you, mom and dad, It's always been a strong body part. But a lot of that's nutrition, too. It starts in the kitchen. So I'm mostly about nutrition. Of course, training helps. But as you know, I'm singing to the choir here, how important nutrition is for just everyday lifestyles, let alone for sports and trying to.
I mean, our body's like our house, right? We live in it for the rest of our life, so we got to take care of it. Got to feed it right. Got to love it.
No one else is going to do it for you.
Hell no, they're not. What's your favorite meal? I know you like to cook and all that kind of stuff. Speaking of nutrition, is there a special meal that you like to prepare, or it doesn't matter?
Just, I'm a weird chick, man. Once a bodybuilder, always a bodybuilder. Because I love, I have it every night. So I'm having it tonight. It's rice and green beans.
Hey.
And a glass of red wine.
I was just gonna ask you if you drank wine. What's your wine? Like, what kind of wine do you like?
I like Pinot Noir.
Okay.
I like a nice glass of Pinot Noir at dinner. Yeah.
Jake is a big fan of, he's got a couple he likes. Prisoner, and then Camus. Cabernet.
Oh, Cabernet. Oh.
Yeah. Well, listen, I don't want to keep you. I know you're a very busy lady. It is such a huge honor. Thank you so much for making the time to come on the Fit Rockstar Show. I'm so sorry about the inconvenience this morning, but I'm happy it worked out.
That happens. No worries. Not at all. Had fun. And thank you for inviting me. This is nice. Grateful.
Thank you very much, Sharon. It's been a huge honor. I hope to see you at the shows because your presence would be great, especially the Rising Phoenix, which is I want to say the end of September. That would be really great to have you there.
That'd be fun to.
And of course, the Olympia in November. So,
it's in November.
Yes.
Okay.
I want to say it's either the first week or second week of November. I think it's the second week of November in Orlando, Florida.
Florida. Okay, I was going to ask that. So it's in Orlando. I can make a trip out there.
We would love to have you. Well, dear, I'm going to let you go. Thank you again so much. It's been a huge honor.
Well, thank you, and keep rocking it.
I will. I'll try. I can't. I'm not up to your level, but I'm doing something. I love your personality, by the way. You're so animated. You're just so full of life, and I love that about you. You have a very kind heart, and it's amazing everything that you've accomplished.
Well, it's important.
Yes. But thank you so much, Sharon. Again, I appreciate you, and I'm gonna. How do we find you? Are you on Instagram, by the way?
I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook.
How do we find you?
At Sharon Bruneau.
Okay, that's pretty easy.
And then, of course, just Sharon Bruneau on Facebook. Huh? That's just my name, just me.
Is there anything you want to say to anybody out there before we sign off?
Be kind to everyone, and thank you. Thank you for all the support and the love. I do see it, and I see you. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, Sharon. It's been a huge honor. All right, guys. Fit Rockstar signing off with the beautiful, sensational Hall of Famer, fitness model, Miss Sharon Bruneau.
She's my new favorite person. Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining me today. If you like what you saw, please subscribe, share, leave a comment, hit the like button. It'll help this channel grow. Also, if there's a topic or a subject you'd like me to cover that hasn't been on here yet, send me a note. Maybe you'll see it here next week. I also want to take this time to send out a huge thank you and appreciation to my Patreon members that are helping make this possible. If you'd like to become a Patreon member for as little as $5 a month, you'll have first access to all the videos, news, tips, and photos. Plus, I'll be doing 2 lives a week. So come join me there. It'll be fun. Also, I want to thank everyone that's been joining me at SharonBruneau.net, my website where you can find full galleries of never-seen-before photos and videos and classics, plus my fitness, nutrition manuals, tips, and videos. So either way, I look forward to seeing everyone. Peace out. Keep flexing. Love and light. I appreciate everyone. Thank you so much. Till next time.